Hello, everyone. This is Marie Waite, and we are here at our Zoom talk. And I'm very excited to have Brad Hart today because Brad is someone that I just recently connected, and I really want to learn more about you, Brad. Welcome to our Zoom talk.
Thank you so much for having me, Marie. It's wonderful to be here, and thanks everybody for listening.
Yes. And so, Brad, I know I always ask everyone, what's the story? What's the story behind of your business? So, is that something that we can start with?
Sure. Yeah. My,
Okay.
you know, my background is pretty simple. I got started in real estate and then moved into finance when I was a young man. And I was always working in industries where it was like going for all the marbles, so to speak. You know, it's like the hungry, hungry hippos. And I made a lot of money, but I wasn't very fulfilled. And now I live by three rules, one of which is make a lot of money, but the other two are help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. And I don't think I was really living by those three rules at the time. So I had to make a decision. I had to make a choice to switch up my life and my business to not just make money, but to help people and to have fun while I was doing it. So I
Right.
got into building mastermind groups. First, I was joining them. They really changed my life. I joined my first one 10 years ago. And since then, now I've been a part of 30 of them. I've started a dozen of my own. I've helped people all over the world to build theirs as well. So my big niche, if you will, is masterminds. I've written the book on it called The 8 Minute Mastermind. How to solve any problem, travel anywhere for free, and add $100,000 to your business in 5 to 10 hours a month. I've gotten to meet a lot of my heroes and
How many,
sure.
when did you start and how long did it,
Yeah.
were you in real
So
estate?
I got into real estate right after the last crash back in 2008. I was working in New York. I was at a company called Bond New York, and when I joined the company, they really took me under their wing and taught me a lot. It was during the worst period we'd seen in New York history. Like for a year and a half there, it was just really bad. So they took a liking to me. They gave me a lot of training. It was this company called Bond New York I joined. And within 2 years, I got 5 different promotions. I had a team of 6 people working under me, and we were mostly doing rentals. I started to transition into sales. And the only reason I actually left is because my dad passed away suddenly when I was 24. So I had to go and deal with family stuff. But I really enjoyed my time in real estate. And I ended up investing a little bit as well. Now I'm really interested in, second mortgages and tax liens and things like that. Is what I really focus on now with regards to real estate. Yeah,
So
that's
what's
my
the total
background.
number of years in real estate?
Just 2 years.
2 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then from there, and you said you love real estate. What is it about real estate that made you focus on the mastermind? What was the turning point there?
Yeah, well, I realized that, doing real estate was very, um, I had to do a lot with showing up to take care of other people's needs on their schedule, especially as an agent. I felt like I was running around a lot to different appointments. Sometimes people would show up, sometimes they wouldn't, and they would never make a decision on your timeline. So I decided when I started my own business, it was really important that I had something where I could control my time and control my location. So after a lot of different trials up and down, I found the mastermind model could be done virtually, could be done in person, could be done as like an intensive where you're in person and really locked in and cordoned off with people, or it could be done kind of over a year or even 2 or 3 years, which is really fun. Meeting up on Zoom or virtually, just like we're doing. I really
Yeah.
loved it because it gave me the income and the impact that I wanted without all the time suck and needing to be on somebody else's schedule.
Okay. Did you do anything prior from real estate?
Um, I mean, I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, but
Did you do
yeah,
any business aside from real estate
yep,
before?
we did real estate. I was in finance for a while. I had a hedge fund that returned 106% a year.
Oh, wow.
Back in 2013, we did really well on that. So finance and real estate were my background before I got into internet marketing and real estate and mastermind. Sorry.
Okay, so it's a combination of real estate and finance is your background. That's actually a
Yep.
very powerful combination.
Yeah. So I love numbers. I love systems. I love seeing how people fit into that, but also seeing how systems can serve people, right? Because a lot of people approach business from one perspective or the other, and I think both are necessary to really have a strong business that can scale. Because your true resources, when it comes down to it, are you have time, you have energy, you have attention, and money is a way to accelerate those things. But in order to make money, you have to utilize some of that. So it's finding that balance so that you can really scale. And I find the most successful people don't work in their business and they don't have a job necessarily or 5 jobs in some cases. They really have a business that works independently of their effort and can scale up and down regardless of how much time they have to put into it.
Okay, so how long are you now currently doing the business that you're in?
So it's been 6 years with Make More Marbles. We started out, we wanted to reach 1 million people. It took us about 3 years to do that. Then last year when we partnered up with Tony Robbins on his big launch, the mastermind.com launch, which came along, and it was just perfect because I'm a huge Tony fan. I'm a huge fan of Dean's, and I've been doing masterminds for such a long time. We came in 24th on that launch, just kind of doing our own thing. And then this year we came in number 8. So we managed to reach 1 million people in 6 weeks last year, and this year it only took us 72 hours. So it was really interesting to see how fast things have grown as a result of the partnerships we've been able to create, and just create that impact that we've always wanted to create as well.
So how many clients do you have right now, and what is the most significant impact have you made on
Yeah, over the
some of
years
your clients?
we've had hundreds, and we're actually scaling up right now. So I have like 50 clients right now. We're looking to get up to 50 a month would be a really adequate number. The impact has been great. I'll kind of share a couple of case studies. One beginner, one intermediate, one advanced. So Chris was somebody that joined about a year ago. He was a cop. He washed out of the force due to PTSD. He wanted to continue to help cops, but he didn't really know how. So he became a personal trainer. But that was, again, time for money, and he wasn't really thrilled or satisfied with the amount of money he was making. So when he met me, he said, could we build a mastermind for cops? I'm like, I don't know. We could try it out. Certainly, I'd never heard of anything like that. And we did, and it really went well. And a year later, he's got 100 plus clients. He's making $9 for every dollar he spends on Instagram ads. And he's got a little funnel built out, and it's been really great. So he helps them get into the force. He helps them stay mentally, emotionally, and physically fit for the force. So that's been
Wow.
one. He's doing really well. Jasmine came along, and she already had a couple masterminds. She's more intermediate, but she's working like 80 hours a week and, making not enough money. And we got her down within 3 months to 30 hours a week. And she was making 3 times her revenue. So that was really exciting. And she actually ended up getting fired as my client because I hired her as my girlfriend. So now we
Wow.
are living, and we live here
That's
in California,
awesome.
in a beautiful little town overlooking the ocean, and we have a dog, and yeah, it's just a beautiful life. So really grateful for that. And she was more of an intermediate study, and then AJ, he was already very successful. He had a business called Online Super Coach, was doing 8 figures, and drove the Bentley, and lived in the 10-bedroom house, and had 5 years in the bank. So it wasn't a money thing for him. He just wanted to make more transformation, more impact.
Hmm.
So masterminds were it for him. He was really excited about that, but he didn't want to figure it all out from scratch. So he came on to work with us, and within a month we had 15 clients, and he had a whole way to sell it from stage, and it worked out really well for him. So wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, I think masterminds can really add something to your business. What we typically work with, and I think where people get most bang for their buck, is more in the beginner to intermediate. But even advanced people, like having the right funnel could be a huge piece. Having that offer perfected, helping build the systems and scale and team around it, really taking it to the next level. Because masterminds as a business can be multi-millions of dollars a year. I'm part of a couple now. I've been a part of one that does 3 million a year, one that's 4.5 million a year, one that does 10 million a year. And seeing those different structures and how they're built out, people think it's one thing, but it can be a lot of different things. So just by
Yeah.
having that expertise and consulting with these people, I've been able to help them grow their businesses around masterminds.
Okay. Well, Brad, one thing that I'm always curious about people in the business is how they have kept their drive and their commitment level to so many clients that they're serving. So my question to you, Brad, is what have you discovered about yourself through this journey of business?
Yeah.
And did it is this something that you didn't know you have? And is this something that you think that you will still, discover more about yourself?
It's a great question, Marie. Actually, I had a very different why when I started than I do now, and I've
Mhm.
changed a lot as a human being. Right, my values have shifted over the years, and not in good or bad. I'm not here to judge anybody's values, but when I first started out, like I really wanted to connect with a lot of people. I really wanted to have conversations with everybody. I really loved people. And as I get older, and I'm a little more like not set in my ways, but like I kind of know who I am more.
Mhm.
I want to connect with the people I want to connect with, and I want to protect my time from the people I don't want to connect with. I just feel
Okay.
like you have to protect your energy, and your mindset is something you always have to work on. Um, and what I found is it's really easy to get pulled down and influenced by people who have a different mindset or a less effective way of viewing the world. So I've gotten a little bit better at leveraging. I don't deal with clients one on one anymore, so to speak, and
Okay.
I'm even getting into the point where I kind of just want to train people and train them how to facilitate masterminds and have them do it for me. So I'll still be the brains of the operation. I'll still put out the content, but as far as the day-to-day and interacting with clients, like it's going to be different levels, right? They're going to have a level where they can come in as a beginner or an intermediate. And, you just get tired of dealing with the same objections, the same problems, like, oh, I can't pick my niche, or I don't know what my offer is, or I need help
Yeah.
with that. I'd really rather focus on the high level stuff. That's like, okay, now we've got our niche, our offers dialed in. We know who our people are and we can really serve them at a higher level. Okay, let's talk about funnels. Let's talk about ads. Let's talk about paid strategies to grow. Because at the stage of my career I'm at, I just get bored, honestly, with the same problems over and over again. And when you get really into a niche and you really start helping people a lot, you realize they have the same 12, 15, 20 problems over and over and over again in different flavors. And they're usually mindset issues.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be really, not, not, it just gets old. You want a different challenge.
So, are your clients mostly have the personality of a more driven, and that they are, looking for leaders more than people that are going to use the system or whatever product you guys are offering?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, mindset is such a huge part of anything you're going to do, right? Because the strategies will change, the tactics will change. Masterminds have been around a long time, but just generally everything will change over time. And it's the right mindset that'll find the right answer. It's not finding the right answer and you don't have the mindset to implement it. I could give you the best strategy from the most successful company. If you don't have the mindset to implement it, it's not going to do you any good.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's my thought is, it's a great question is like, at the end of the day, I think the people that gravitate towards us share our value for leadership, for growth, for contribution, for authenticity, for vulnerability. I'm not one of these, everything is amazing influencers. Like I really share what's going on with me and my vulnerability. And I believe that's what people are wanting now more than ever is like, hey, we understand that life is ups and downs. And if we don't only focus on the ups, then we're not really doing justice to life. Like I always think of the yin and the yang, right? One can't exist without the other.
Yeah.
So I look at a lot of influencers and I see a happy, rosy picture, and they never want to talk about anything bad that's gone on.
Mm.
When I think that that's doing a disservice to your audience, because not everybody
Are you there?
failure is part of the human experience.
Okay. So, what what does it take for someone to be in your program to where they are going to be the ideal person for your system?
Yeah. So again, it's a mastermind can be a lot of things. We are very hypothesis driven.
Okay.
And we are very scientifically driven. So we come up with our best hypothesis. We help you do this. We help you do the market research to support it. We help you test it out by selling it before you build anything. And then we help you, once you have that kind of theory, that working theory established, we help you to scale it. And once you nail it, you can scale it very well. And that foundational piece is so important to get it right. Because if you don't have a high ticket offer, if you don't have a mastermind, a coaching program, something along those lines, you're going to have a really hard time making any kind of money, right? A lot of people are saying, oh, build a membership, build these little ebooks and things. In reality, you're not going to get very far if you don't have a high ticket program that has profit in it, because it's very difficult, especially in the beginning, to generate profitable leads if you don't know what you're doing, especially now with all the competition. So that's really what we focus on. Anybody who's interested can check out my book on the subject. It's called The 8-Minute Mastermind: How to solve any problem, travel anywhere for free, and add $100,000 to your business in 5 to 10 hours a month. And that can be found at 8minutemastermind.com. That's 8minutemastermind.com. It's a great book. It's a free plus shipping offer. So just pay for the shipping. We'll get it to your door. And I hope you enjoy it. We actually just upgraded all the shipping too. So it should
Okay.
go out in 3 days as opposed to 2 weeks.
Well, I have another question for you,
Sure.
Brad. I hope you don't mind.
Not at all.
I know I am connected to so many people, and I see so many people that are offering all kinds of mastermind programs. So, what made your group different from everyone else? I mean, what is so unique about your
Yeah.
company and your program?
I think there's a lot of people out there that think they know what they're doing, and they're regurgitating a lot of what they've learned from other people or seen other people do. The difference is I have the experience to back it up. I have the systems. I've worked with the best in the world. I'm a speaker and trainer and affiliate for Tony and Dean, who have been doing masterminds for 40 years. One of them 40 years, the other one 25 years. I've been doing myself for 10 years. I've helped train all their workshops. I've learned their methodologies. I've read all the books. I've done it so many countless times. I have the background, the track record, the success to back it up. In reality, like masterminds are a buzzword right now, and they've been taken to mean so many different things. But when you have
Yeah.
a true mastermind and you really build it the right way, you have the clarity, the accountability, the support, the trust built, that leverage, that engagement with all the people that are in it, and you can create and connect these resources, the opportunities, these people, these systems. This magic starts to happen, where you'll move further faster than any other tool you're going to use. So whether you're starting one of your own or building or joining a mastermind, they're a hugely undervalued tool that is unfortunately bastardized by all these internet marketers, saying that a $7 a month Facebook group is a mastermind. It's just not. You got to learn how to build them right to get the most effect out of them, because it's
Okay.
deceptively simple. Everybody thinks they know, but they really have no idea until they get
Okay.
under the hood.
Now, in regards to the presentation that you wanted to show, do you want me to?
Oh no, it's we've just kind of talked it out at this
Oh,
point. I
we
was going to
did.
share some background and some
Okay.
stories, and like, if you want, I can share some slides and some photos of some of the
Yeah,
people
I
I've gotten
mean,
to work with
we
and
can
stuff
still
like that.
do that. I just need
Sure. Yeah, if you
to
guys want to check it
figure
out.
out how to do this. Hold on.
So you go to participants, and then you click on my
Uh,
name, go to more, and then you
okay,
should be
hold
able
on.
to
Participants and go to multiple
I should
participants,
be able to
right?
share. Yeah, so participants, Brad, just click on me, more,
Uh,
and then make co-host or make allow share screen or whatever.
Actually, it was asking me to share my own. Hold on. I think something happened here. Let me just go back there. Okay, I have advanced sharing option. Is that what it is?
Yeah, so
Okay.
try participants, more, and that should give you the option to share.
I said multiple participants can share simultaneous, so that should be good enough, right?
Let's find out. Yep, here we go. We're good.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, this is me. Um, like I said, a mastermind is typically a group to 8 to 10 people that work together to solve problems using specific methodology. It can be a one-time or an ongoing thing. It's not really a meeting. There's no hierarchy. It's coming together for the common good and highest outcome and achievement of every member. It's really not about being a coach and pushing, pushing, pushing. It's about being a leader and pulling and facilitating the best out of people. Um, so it's allowed me to meet some of my heroes and spend time with Tony Robbins, Richard Branson, Tim Ferriss, Dean Graziosi, Neil Strauss, a bunch of really
I know
wonderful
Dean.
people.
Oh my gosh, I bought his book. I
Yeah,
love it.
Dean's amazing. I get to work with Dean, personally, which is great.
Yeah.
Went out to his office a bunch of times, helped his, facilitate his workshops, and they have the biggest mastermind brand going right now. Mastermind.com has been huge. So these are just some of the examples. I'm not saying to brag or impress anybody. These are some of the examples of what I'm able to do as a result of having this tool in my life, both as a facilitator and as a member of that. And masterminds really solve the biggest problems, right? They're
Uh-huh.
really getting to the core of the problem, which is typically underneath the surface. It's about asking clarifying questions. They save you time and money. People say, oh, well, it takes a lot of time to go to a mastermind, to meet everybody, to do all these things. Yes, but the things you can learn can help you save time. They can help you move things from out of possible into possible, right? Things that you would have never considered before that you can implement in your business by knowing the right people. It becomes super easy, and they can save you money and make you money, because ultimately an investment in a mastermind, you get one thing out of it. It can be a deal that can be worth hundreds of thousands, if not millions. And then finally, masterminds encourage out of the box thinking, right? Where you're looking at the problem, you're getting feedback, you're clarifying it, and it allows you to create breakthroughs that you wouldn't create in your own echo chamber. So that's really what it is. It's
Okay.
those three things.
Well,
And this is
well,
part of
I have a
a
question
speech
for
I just
you.
gave on masterminds to Microsoft. Yeah, go ahead, please.
So let's go back to Tony Robbins' photo that you have and Dean. I think that was
Sure.
pretty cool. Okay, so uh, meeting them and going through their process of programs, what can you say? What is the experience that you felt about it? And if you can just share that to everybody.
Yeah, so KBB is a great program. It's more self-study. It's a 2K program. Ours is a little bit higher price, but it's also more, we get in there and we get under the hood with you a little more. And they have a workshop as well, which is, I think we're perfectly priced in between. So I really love Dean and Tony's content. It's obviously amazing. Tony's mindset work, Dean's strategies, it all works really well. But I think it's from the perspective of people who have been in business all a very long time. They built their businesses in like the 70s, 80s, and 90s when they were beginners then. Now it's like 2020, and it's a little bit different starting a business today. And I'm not saying that you can't learn anything from them, but it's like, who do you want to work with? You want to work with somebody who's a lot further along and has that $1 billion mindset. That's great to learn from. But if you're just getting started, it can be overwhelming to think about all these really high level concepts when you're just trying to get out the door. So that's why we take a little bit of a different tack. We really approach this from okay, now you're a marketer, you're a salesperson, and you're a mastermind facilitator. Those are the three hats you got to put on. So from the
So,
marketing hat, we're going to get clear on your offer. We're going to get clear on your avatar, your niche, your all that. You're going to test it. You're going to sell it. We're going to teach you how to do that one-to-one so you can't screw it up and you can get all the objections worked out and figure out all the pieces of the puzzle and then finally take it to market.
okay. What about the coaching style between Tony Robbins and Dean? How do you find them
Two of the
in
best in the
terms of?
world. Like there's no question, certainly. And this isn't a comparison fest, right? These are two of my mentors, the two people I've learned a lot from. I have the utmost respect from. I'm just saying it's different, right? Some people
Yes.
want to learn from Tony, some people want to learn from Dean. But guess what? You want to go work with them, it's going to cost you 100 to a million a year, to work with one of
Yeah.
those guys. And there's a 3-year waiting list to work with Tony. Like it's inaccessible. Whereas, at the stage in the game, if you need something that's more tailored to your success story, you're going to want to work with somebody who has that balance between accessibility and capability. The experience to back it up, but also it's not going to cost you so much that you can't even get any value out of it.
That's awesome. Well, I'm very impressed with your business and your principles. Is there anything else that you wanted to, um, you know, tell people about your business? Anything
Yeah,
that's going to be more, really that they can
honestly,
focus on?
I just encourage anybody to check out the book. I mean, for $10, it's not a huge investment. You can get it shipped to your door for $10. We'll upgrade the shipping for you, get it to you really quickly. And we just want to get it in more people's hands. It's self-explanatory. It's a real book. It's not some little ebook that I put together. I worked for a year on it and edited it multiple times. So we're always making little updates and tweaks. And then you get a bunch of free content, like a challenge with it as well.
Oh,
So
that's
if you really want
awesome.
to build a mastermind, yeah, it's a great deal. So that's our offer to you is if you're sold on masterminds or if you're not sure about masterminds, but you want to learn more information, this is the best resource to do it. You just go to 8minutemastermind.com, grab the book. If you have questions or you want to order in bulk, you can reach out to me at brad@makemoremarbles.com and we'll take care of it.
Okay. Why did you call it 8-minute mastermind?
So the 8-minute mastermind is how long it takes to do a hot seat. So I just chose that because I thought it sounded catchy.
Oh, so you get on a hot seat for 8 minutes?
Yep. So when I do them, they're very quick. I talk fast. I think fast. I ask quick questions.
I know, I can
And the
see
whole point is to get clear.
that.
The whole point is to get clear as quickly as possible. So that's the reason for the 8-minute mastermind. And it's just a funny throwback to something about Mary where, we'll give you 7-minute abs. And if you don't like it, we'll give you the 8th minute free.
Okay. That's awesome. All right. Can we get out of the share real quick if you
Sure.
don't mind?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I truly, truly appreciate this time with you, Brad, because,
Thank
for
you.
me, mastermind is something that I also heard from other people that I have been connected to. And I know that some people have gone into mastermind to where they've stayed with the same group of people for many, many years, and they've worked with them without, really pouring a lot of information going in depth. So I totally can relate to what you're saying, that you can solve problems that are in depth because of how the mastermind is structured. So
Yeah.
in so you have so many clients right now that you're taking care of, and how are they being managed accordingly?
So it's all me for now with a small support team, to onboard and do things like that and just, manage all the content and everything,
Hmm.
the Facebook group, et cetera. But over time, as I grow, I'm going to continue to teach people because I've taught a lot of people and they stick around, especially the ones that have been there from the beginning. They shout my name from the rooftops. So they're going to be more involved in stepping up as leaders as time goes on and helping the people that come after me. Because I think we all go through natural evolutions as leaders.
Okay.
And if we're not, so I look at it this way. If you're keeping yourself at the same place that you've always been, you're not growing and you're not stepping up, you're really screwing 3 people. You're screwing yourself because you're not growing, you're not moving up to the next level. You're screwing the world, right?
Yes,
Because you're not giving your gifts at a higher level. And
I totally agree with that.
you're screwing the person that could step into your shoes and take that spot because they're stuck now, not filling the role that you used to fill that you might be bored with or moved on from. So, I don't want to sound ungrateful to anything. Like I'm really grateful that I've done everything I've done in my career, but as you go on, it's not about doing more things. It's about doing less things with the same amount of enthusiasm that you used to do everything with, right? Because in the beginning, you're kind of doing everything in business. After a while, you find what you're really, really good at and you just double down on that, or you step out and create leaders that can step into your shoes that can grow to the level that you're at. And that's really true growth and leadership is when you know when to step down is because you've realized that you're being selfish by staying where you're at and not allowing others to stand in. and
So,
do the work.
so what do you tell to people that are sitting right now in their home, and some of them are feeling depressed, and when they've just lost their jobs? I mean, what is the
Yeah.
mindset for them to really wake up on their
Well,
situation?
here's the thing. The job was never the safe path. Everything you've been told is a lie, right?
Okay.
Go to school, get a job, climb the corporate ladder. It's all bullshit. It always was, but it's really bullshit now. Like
Yes.
your degree is not a guarantee you're going to get a job or be secure. And everything that it's been flipped upside down. Everything we thought was risky is safe, and everything that we thought was safe is risky. Right? Becoming an entrepreneur is kind of the only path forward now. We need to be able to sustain ourselves. You need to be able to market and sell and produce products and services that the market will actually bear. And you can write your own ticket, but you don't have any security working for anybody else. I'll just tell you that straight up. And going into more debt and getting more degrees and hoping for the best is not a solution, because the world's moving too fast for that. So become an entrepreneur in whatever way, shape, or form. You don't have to do masterminds. You can create a product or a service or any number of different things. You get an e-commerce. Really, it's just about choosing, right? It's not about that you can't do it or that it's not available to you. It's just, what are you going to really focus on and get great at? And you have endless capabilities. I would say narrow it down to the 3 things that you're most interested in. Pick the one that's like the clear winner for now and use the other 2 as a backup, because nowadays there's no better time and there's nobody going to save you. Like the government's not going to come in and save you. College is a sham. Unless you're going to become a doctor or a lawyer. And even then it's like, we're not going to need doctors and lawyers much longer in
They're
the
dying.
current form. They're dying.
they're,
It's a
they're
dying
dying. They're
industry.
getting sick too. Oh my gosh.
Well, it's not even about that. It's about the industry itself. Like insurance costs are going out of control. Surgeons are going to be replaced by robots in the next 10 years. And I just don't see a reason to get an advanced degree when in reality, people just want their problem solved. They don't care if you have a degree or not. That's not the requisite anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And companies no longer have a chokehold on delivering value. Any company, any startup, any entrepreneur can come out and create a movement with their product or service that like unlike any other time in history before. This is the time right now is to step up and say, hey, yeah, I'm going to solve that problem and add value to people and do it in exchange for money, and everybody's better for it.
Wow. Wow. Well, thank you so much, Brad. That's all I needed to hear from you. I hope that's everyone
Yeah,
that
and
watched
it
this.
just
Okay,
point
go ahead.
just one last thought, because you said the word depression, and it's kind of is an interesting thing, because depression and anxiety are 2 sides of the same coin, in my opinion. I've suffered from both. My dad was an alcoholic. My best friend died from alcoholism. I've been depressed in my life, and I've thought everything you could think about it. But really what I've learned over many, many iterations and working through this is depression is because you're focused on yourself and you're not taking care of your body. So beyond the physical needs, it's like, are you focused on yourself? You're focused on others. Like if you want to make a lot of money, you got to have a mission that encompasses these people. I met Sarah Blakely years ago, the founder of Spanx. She's one of the first women billionaires, if not the first. Between her and Oprah, I think it's a toss up. But she basically said, like, if it's about you, you're going to make 75 grand a year. If it's about you and your family, you're going to make 150 grand a year. If you, your family, community, maybe you're up to $500,000. But if you want to make millions and billions, you got to have a vision that encompasses the needs, wants, and desires of that many people. And it can be as simple as cutting the freaking pantyhose and, cutting the feet off the pantyhose and making Spanx. Like, it doesn't have to be anything that complex. It just has to solve a problem.
Yes, exactly. That's where
Right?
great
So what's the
the
problem you're going to
creativity
solve?
comes.
What's the problem you're going to solve? And here's the other thing is you don't have to solve a unique problem. You could solve a problem that a lot of other people are solving in a slightly different way or with a slightly different spin on it.
Okay.
And it's actually easier and better to go into a market that's already been saturated or seen, not saturated, but has already has competition, because it's working. And you don't want to start in some niche that nobody's ever thought of. That's ridiculous. It's what a lot of people try to do. And it's a waste of time, because a lot of the problems that have already been worked on are already out there, and you can just do it your way.
Yeah. Hey, Brad, have you ever thought about having your own TV show?
Yeah, nobody's offered me a spot yet, but I've had podcasts. I've done tons of interviews. I like doing this kind of stuff. It's
We
interesting
should
to me.
talk, Brad. I mean, you are amazing. I mean, after hearing this this interview.
Well, thank you for saying that, Maria. I just want to help people. And I think
Yeah.
what coronavirus has taught me, if nothing else, I've lost a lot of people and things have been kind of crazy for me personally, but it's just taught me to do what you love. Like, spend as much time possible doing what you love and helping people do it. And that's it.
Okay. Well, I love what I do. I don't know if you know what I do. I've been producing TV shows. I actually help a lot of real estate professionals. But I think you and I have a lot in common in so many ways after talking to you. You don't realize it yet, but you will. And I think we should
Good.
connect and really hound this whole helping people, because that's kind of like one of my goals too, is to help a lot of people too. But anyway, I am so honored to interview you. It was such an amazing time to talk to you about this, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to hear what you just said, and I hope that it makes a difference in their life and that they will also reach out to you.
Well,
Again,
thank
can
you.
you repeat how they can reach you?
Sure. Yeah. Check out the book. It's at 8minutemastermind.com, 8minutemastermind.com. You can go check it out, grab it, free plus shipping. You just, pay what it costs to get it to your door. We'll upgrade your shipping for you and we'll get it to your door in a week or less. Really excited to have you read it and let me know what you think. You'll have plenty of ways to contact us.
Okay, and just FYI, everyone, Brad is also probably going to be in my future events, so you'll get to see him in person. I'm hoping that this COVID is done. We can have a live seminar and you can see
Yeah.
him on,
I'm over it.
personally.
Yeah. Well,
You're
thanks, Maria.
almost like a celebrity now. I mean, taking over Tony Robbins or Dina.
Yeah, so I got a long way to go to do the impact that Tony's doing. I was actually at his birthday party, the 60th birthday party on
Yeah.
February 29th. So Tony's a leap year baby. He's only
He
15
is.
this year.
I'm February 27.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
Oh my
So we went to his
gosh.
birthday party in Los Angeles right before all this went down. And the man raised $18.5 million for human trafficking, to save kids from human trafficking in like a night. It was incredible. So the impact never stops and there's always another level. So
That's
I always look up to
mind-blowing.
guys like that. Yeah, it's really
It
beautiful.
actually creates such a great life experience for you being around those people. And
Absolutely.
I think, and I totally understand why you're this passionate about, helping people, because you've surrounded yourself with amazing people. And
Yeah.
I
So the
totally
33%
understand that.
rule, right? Spend 33% of your time with people above your level, 33% with your peers, and 33% with people below your level. That's important.
Yeah. Okay, and I've heard that. Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. Okay, well, I don't want to take more of your time. I wish I could talk more with you, but I know you're busy. But I truly appreciate your time, Brad. And I'm hoping that we're going to be collaborating more in the future, and book you also for another interview, if that's okay.
Thank you, Maria. I appreciate it. And we'll be in touch and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Thanks
well,
everybody
you take
for
care.
listening and I'll see you around. All right. Cheers.
All right. Bye-bye.